Daring, tough and fiercely talented, Virat Kohli is one of the finest batsmen the country has ever produced. He has even drawn comparisons with the great Sachin Tendulkar. With a firm hand grip and the ability to smash the balls to any part of the ground at will and without much risk, Kohli has carved a niche of his own in the world of cricket. The king of chasers, as many of his fans have christened him, Kohli has deeply hammered nails across all the formats. Kohli's rock-solid performances across the years have helped him to get through the ranks of Indian cricket and made him the skipper of one of the most prestigious cricketing teams of the world. The sheer amount of dedication and work ethic that Virat Kohli has is almost second to none. As of now, Virat Kohli is the greatest batsman of the world. To become a good player, you need talent. To become a great player, you need attitude like Virat Kohli. Virat is a rare talent and I was fortunate to be a part of that process to see him grow, and that gives me immense pleasure. People always have got a word of praise to say about Virat Kohli, that at the end of the day we tend to forget that he was just a middle class boy from Delhi. We often speak about transforming our life, but I feel that if we want to reach the next possible level, we should learn from people who have already achieved that level of success. So this video is about 4 incidents from Virat Kohli's life that transformed him from a normal Delhi boy to a global sports icon. For Kohli, cricket has been the biggest leveler. He never lets his game suffer in his pain or in his happiness. The first signs of this came as a teenager who was trying to break into the big league. He was just 18 years old when his father left him. It was in the wee hours on December 19, 2006 that he succumbed to a heart attack. Kohli was playing a Ranji Trophy match against Karnataka and he was batting at 40 overnight. Much to the surprise of his teammates, he returned the next day and scored 90 to save Delhi from a follow-on. I still remember the night my father passed away, but the call to play the next morning after my father's death came instinctively to me. He called up his coach the next morning and he said that he wanted to play, because according to him, not completing a game of cricket is the biggest sin. His father always wanted to see him play for the national squad. Keeping this in mind, he went on to bat the next day, and that day completely changed him as a person. His single-minded focus on the field has been the hallmark of his game. His passion to excel and conquer all odds has already earned him a special place in the history of game. When you have your father's blessings with you, nothing is impossible. When something bad happens, you have 3 choices. You can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or let it strengthen you. Every bad situation will have something positive in it. Even a dead clock shows the correct time twice a day. Nothing is permanent. Don't stress yourself too much, because however bad the situation is, it will definitely change. It was Virat's first day at the West Delhi Academy, where he had joined to learn the in-depth of the game. When he entered the club on the first day, he saw 2 separate teams practicing in the nets. The first group was that of small boys and the other group was that of big boys. Because Kohli used to play with people who were above his age in his locality, he straight away ran and joined the group of the big boys. His coach Raj Sharma saw this and he asked him what he was doing. Kohli said that he was going to join the group of the big boys. The coach said that he belonged to the group of the small boys and he forced Kohli to train with the small kids. Kohli took this as a challenge to prove to his coach that his choice was wrong. His game kept on improving and he was already giving a high level of competition to the small kids, and in just a matter of few months, his coach had to change the position from the junior group to the senior group. Some people in life will always demotivate you by their words or actions, but no matter what, you should be able to be the best version of yourself and to prove them wrong and to turn your dreams into reality. Whenever Kohli used to make mistakes in the practice sessions, his coach used to pick him up in front of everyone, because his coach was a firm believer of the fact, if you want to be a champion, you cannot have ego. This would make Kohli angry at times, but it imbibed a discipline in him. His coach made him aware of his mistakes, and Kohli's fear of getting insulted in front of everyone led him to perfection. When you make a mistake, there are 3 things you should do about it. Admit the mistake, learn from the mistake, and don't repeat the same mistake. A mistake should be your teacher, not your attacker. A mistake is a lesson, not a loss. A mistake is a temporary necessary detour and not the dead end. In the year 2008, when Virat Kohli was picked for the Indian Premier League, which was already a global trend then, He thought that this is the opportunity for him to shine and to turn the tables down. But unfortunately, he messed it up and he wasn't able to do much. Very luckily, right after the tournament, Virat Kohli got picked up for the India A team, which was touring Australia, where he again had an horrible series in the first few games and he was dropped from the playing 11. After a few games, another guy from the team wasn't performing that well. So the captain and the coach decided to give Kohli a chance, who was sitting out. The coach asked Kohli to play at a position where he had never been before, that is to open the innings, to which Kohli said yes. He said yes because he was sitting out and he just wanted to play. The same day, the chief selector of India, who selects the senior team, was attending the match. And exactly the time he came in was the time that Virat Kohli was batting. Kohli scored 120 runs not out in that game. The chief selector, after seeing Kohli bat, said that this guy will go on the next India tour after having finished the worst phase of his career. Kohli's willpower to turn an opportunity into success is what earned him a spot in the national team. Life opens up various opportunities for you. You either take them or you stay afraid of taking them. When opportunity knock on your door, always be willing to take a chance, because you never know how perfect something could turn out to be. Kohli played IPL for 4 years from 2008 to 2012, but he did not get the success till then that many other established players already had. Kohli had a very bad IPL season in 2012 wherein his team did not perform to the expected level, and he had to face a lot of allegations and trolls. He came out of the bathroom after taking a shower and he looked at himself in the mirror. He told himself, you cannot look like this if you are an international cricketer. He asked himself, how can I become the best if I don't take care of myself? And bang on, he started his transformation process from the very next morning. From hitting the gym for 2 hours in a day and to eating proper lean food and not even having a single cheat day at all. Within the next 8 months, he saw the results. He lost over 7 kgs, he felt faster, he became lighter, and he felt focused. He knew that if he wanted to be the best in the world, he should do what others have failed to do. He was able to make a feeling of fear and respect in the minds of the opposition team players whenever he walked into the field. He never approached a diet consultant, but instead he was able to make his path on his own. So what matters the most is not your skill, but it's your mindset. It is the self-realization that matters the most. And it is the mindset of Virat Kohli that transformed him from a normal Delhi boy to a global sports icon. Virat Kohli is not just a cricket player, but he is a whole story of inspiration. So what we can learn from his story is the fact that we are always one step away from a complete different life. Transformation is a process and it's a journey of discovery. A journey that transforms you and me from no one to someone one day. And in this journey of no one to someone, you not only change your life, but inspire many others to follow your path and to be the change.